Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. It is the start of your week, so good luck for the next 5 days. Our top stories are Dubai rulers share condolences to Rayan's family and to the people of Morocco.
And we'll also be talking about a Bulgarian traveler who got over 33,000 dirhams returned to her after misplacing it at the Dubai airport.
Also, tourists in Abu Dhabi can officially tie the knot. And we also have new updates on the latest laws regarding marriages, divorces, and also custody of children.
And after that, we'll be talking about the National Mosquito Control Program in the UAE that'll be running from February 2nd until May 30th.
Actually really interested in that. And later in the show, we're going to be joined by Maitha Alowais, who is the founder of Maitha and Treats. And she thinks that yum and healthy can go together. So we're going to hopefully taste some healthy treats later in the show. But good morning to you all. As usual, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat. We go live on podcasts.
All of them, Angami, Apple,
Spotify, Anchor,
yes.
So as always, if you have any comments, we love to read them after the show and sometimes during the show if we have time. So don't leave them wherever you're watching, and we like to jump into them.
Yes.
But let's jump into our top story. So Dubai rulers have shared condolences to Rayan's family and to the people of Morocco. So this, of course, is the tragic story that we've watched unfold over our eyes over the last 5 days. And now His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, he is mourning the death of Moroccan child Rayan, who tragically was pronounced dead on Saturday night.
So just 5 years old Rayan Arwarm was stuck in a 32-meter well for 5 days and lost his life after a rescue operation was unsuccessful. The rescue was broadcast around the world, where the digging had to be executed extremely carefully to avoid a collapse of the well itself.
And then unfortunately on Saturday, we've all seen the updates. Moroccan officials announced Rayan's death at 10 p.m. local time, shortly after rescue workers were able to extract him from the well. And since then, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, has offered his condolences. He said, "Our sincere condolences and sympathy to the family of the child of Rayan and to the brotherly Moroccan people and to all of humanity that grieved for his loss. May God have mercy on him and put him in his spacious gardens and inspire us all patience and solace in the coming time." We've also had condolences come in from around the world. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and also Crown Prince of Dubai has shared condolences, and I think everyone is grieving the situation. It was a tragic story that unfolded and unfortunately came to a tragic end.
Very true, but like very sweet words by His Highness, and also just seeing how the community came together for this. Just praying and hoping that this little boy got out alive and was safe. It was just so tragic when news broke out of his demise. But I mean, then hearing stories of like a Moroccan player who granted Rayan's family of an equipped house, and he was calling on artists and athletes, celebrities to pitch in whatever they can and help lessen their financial burden. It was just, it's touching to see how everyone comes together in such moments and situations and like try to help the best they can.
Yeah, our thoughts and prayers are truly with the family. God rest the soul of little Rayan. We'll move on to the next story, and Simran is going to take it from here. We're talking about a traveller who lost a lot of money and it was returned.
Yes, so a Bulgarian traveler lost 33,000 dirhams and was returned to her. She lost it at the Dubai airport and was returned to her by the Dubai police. So it's stories like this that prove that people can be super, super kind, and specifically more in Dubai. Now, recently, a Bulgarian woman boarded a plane heading to Bulgaria without her bag, which contained over 9,000 US dollars, which is 33,600 dirhams, and the Brigadier Hamouda Bilswada Al-Amari, acting director of the General Department of Airport Security, said that once they found the purse, they immediately inspected for the owner's identity and found that she had already left the country. They then followed all necessary legal actions and sent the bag to her address in Bulgaria.
Following this, Alan Mary emphasised that the Dubai police is keen to restore rights to their owners and exert all efforts to ensure the happiness of the Emirates visitors, residents and citizens.
I mean, this is just standard Dubai police, going out of their way to help in whatever way they can.
It's a loss. It could be a loss. It's happened before with lost watches. It's happened before with so many things that people have not even when you're in the country and it's something that has been lost and found. The crazy thing about this story is that she had left the country, and if you lost something, you're thinking, okay, that's it.
Oh,
You've left a purse full of cash somewhere. You're thinking, okay, that's a lesson hard learned, but I will never do that again. But also, it's gone in a country, but not when you leave it in the UAE. Like, this is incredible. $9,000, 53,000 dirham, returned to her home in Bulgaria.
Yeah,
Dubai, please take a bow.
Amazing, but my question is, like, 33,000 dirhams in cash in an airport? Is that normal?
I don't know. I don't know the limits. I'm never close to the limits that I would ever. Because what are you asking? Is there's a certain amount of cash that you're allowed to carry?
Yeah, there is a limit, right?
There's definitely a limit. I'm sure if she was above the limit, Dubai police would have not probably returned it.
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, it's so impressive the fact that, okay, they found the cash, they identified who the owner is, but like usually in a normal circumstance, you would wait for the owner to contact the Dubai airport saying, I've lost it, give the details, send an email, and the whole procedure. But instead, it was the Dubai police that went through the entire procedure and made sure that the bag was delivered to her home address in another country.
So amazing.
Amazing.
It's made the news here. I'm sure it's going to make the news there.
Sure.
Dubai, please add it again. Let's jump into our next story. So tourists, if you're watching, if you're not a resident of the UAE, you can now officially tie the knot in Abu Dhabi, our fair capital. Do you hear wedding bells? What are wedding bells? Oh, the laws have been amended and the news is finally out that tourists visiting the capital can in fact get married.
Now, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs and Chairman of Abu Dhabi Judicial Department, ADJD, on Sunday issued a decision of number 8 of 2022 approving the regulations for the implementation of the Civil Marriage and Divorce Law number 14 of 2020 in Abu Dhabi.
So the regulations also include new divorce laws and custody of children. The regulations consist of 52 articles that deal with the jurisdiction of the civil family court, including civil marriage, divorce, joint custody of children, financial rights from divorce wills, civil inheritance, proof of parentage, adoption, and other foreign nationalities' personal status issues. And it's really, really interesting if you take a look through, just in terms of, for example, if a divorce arises, your rights have changed as tourists and as residents. So it's worth checking it out if you're in the marriage way or vice versa.
This is so exciting. The amount of destination weddings that will start coming into Abu Dhabi and hopefully soon to Dubai is going to be insane.
It's literally a conversation we had this weekend. Someone asked, can you get married as a tourist here? Like, do people come in for weddings? And I was like, I don't think so.
It hasn't happened. Yeah, no.
You can't. But now you can get married in the capital, and that will really see an influx of people.
Right.
Choosing, because obviously, like, there's so many gorgeous places. There's Saudi Island.
Yes, exactly.
Just like so, like, beautiful beach escape. Saudi Islands are my favorite part. There's so many nice parts of Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Yes.
The wadis, yes. Obviously one of the main OG spots. So it'll be interesting. I mean, and plus the UAE always goes so extra with celebrations, right? And the fact that now we're going to have destination weddings and our friends are going to come and choose the UAE to get married and we don't have to travel abroad. It just works out for everyone.
That's so true. And also we see all of these fabulous proposals, right? And they're so extra. And then every now and then there's a couple of accounts that have these weddings that are like incredible, but it's kind of private.
Yeah.
But now we might see more and more, and we might see, celebs choosing to come and get married here.
Oh my God, yes.
I think
celebrities.
Who do we want to get married?
Maybe Kylie.
I was just going to say, well, Kylie and Travis have just had number 2.
So maybe
on the 2nd of the 2nd, 2022.
How does that work out, Casey? That just works out so perfectly for them.
Is that a big deal?
It is. I mean, come on. It's a really nice date to be born on. And it just worked out so conveniently that her baby was born on the 2nd of February 2022. Just not
people
cool.
just have, I think people have idol or hero worship for Kylie Jenner. By the way, in case you missed it, I think I woke up to the news this morning, but maybe if you went to sleep late last night, Kylie Jenner has had baby number 2, Stormy's a big sister, and Travis is his dad for the 2nd time.
Oh, but we don't know the gender yet. Right. We don't know the gender, right?
I don't know.
No, we don't know.
There's a cute picture like that, right? Is that all we
have
Stormy, so far?
Yeah, of Stormy holding new baby's
new
finger.
Hand.
Oh, precious. But moving on to something not so precious, mosquitoes. The National Mosquito Control Program in the UAE will be running from February 2nd until May 30th. And here's the rundown. The Ministry of Climate Change and Environment, MOCCAE, in the UAE took to their official Twitter account to announce the second phase of the National Mosquito Control Program that has launched in the UAE, where specialized teams will spray around schools, residential areas, public parks, farms, and construction sites. And the program, like I said, will be running from February 2nd until May 30th.
Wow. So needed. I have a scratchy on my leg as we speak, and the more we speak about mosquitoes, I'm like, ugh. As explained in the posters, the mosquito control program coincides with mosquito breeding season, and for further inquiries or to check if the program will be affecting or taking place in your area, you can contact the ministry on their toll-free number 800-3050.
I am so calling 800-3050 to see if it's happening in Production City, because that's where our office is, and it's full of mosquitoes. But
I get more at home.
Really? Okay.
Or, yeah, anywhere.
I think it's a villa residential situation as well. Then.
Yeah, they're everywhere, and it's just like. And even like I was just sitting, and like usually they're out at night, but I went down to have a coffee on my couch over the weekend, and there was a little guy trying to get it. And you can't get it, and it's like, and they're so loud, and it's just you in the room, and it's total silence, and it's your weekend, and you're chill, and you're happy, and you can hear him. I don't mind him, but I do mind that 8 bites he's going to take out of my leg.
And then it's just like a.
And then I'm like, and then I'm so aware of all my like skin that's revealed, I guess, that he can just have access to, and I can't get him, so I'm just like making noise. And we have
mosquito repellent.
We have repellent, we have candles, we have the tennis racket that you turn on. Yeah. They don't seem to work.
So it's like they have to fly close to it and then just as a zip thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they work. But guys, if you're sick and tired of mosquito bites like Casey, here is a fun fact that may be of some help. There are certain colors that make you a mosquito target. Now the colors being red, orange, black, and cyan. Now the colors such as blue, purple, green, and white are usually less of a target. So
interesting.
Yeah. So now you know what to wear.
But still, some people get bitten, and sometimes with me throughout the year, there'll be points throughout the year that I'll get bitten more. I think
breeding season.
Like, I'm not bitten all the time, and let's say, for example, my partner James, he will get bitten sometimes, and I'm not getting bitten. But maybe it's just that guy is taking, or maybe it's the color clothes that we're wearing. But some people don't get bitten at all. Do you get bitten?
I get bitten a lot, but it really all this while I thought it's like the scent of your scent, and then the body odor, and maybe the blood. Maybe some blood tastes better than other blood. I don't know, but
they like me.
Yeah, I'm sure. You smell good. Maybe to mosquitoes as well.
Yeah, well, I smell good to them. It doesn't necessarily mean I smell good to the wider population. But that's a conversation for another day. Speaking of self-improvement, we're about to be joined by someone who is all about the healthy treats and the healthy snacking. Maitha Treats is going to be with us very, very shortly, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Now look, we're all guilty of indulging in a few too many unhealthy habits, but our guest today is someone who is on a mission to merge healthy living while satisfying your sweet tooth. She believes healthy and yum should always be in the same sentence, and so do we. Welcome to the show, Maitha Alowais.
Thank you so much, Casey, for having me. I'm so excited to be here and share my treats.
Not at all. We're excited to share. We're excited to eat your treats and also to see your treats. Tell us about healthy and yum. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so healthy and yum is really important to me because if you think about it, a lot of the times when we think of healthy, we don't necessarily think it's tasty, especially when it comes to desserts. Now, we've gotten a lot better when it comes to food. We know how to have a delicious type of burrito that can be made of good grains. But when it comes to treats, I've always struggled. So I was like wanting to make a point to show people that you could always have something that is healthy and yum in your whole life.
So this is your business,
yes.
Through and through. Let's open the treats.
Okay.
We can't talk about healthy and yum and not just like get into them. So we need to get into them.
Sure.
How long has this been up and running?
Yeah, so I actually launched during COVID.
Amazing.
It was in May 2020.
Take your time. This is beautiful packaging, by the way.
Thank you, guys. I used real dried flowers.
Oh no.
It's okay. Alrighty. Here we go.
So it's a COVID business.
It was a COVID business. I'm the recipe developer.
Okay.
So I basically, obviously in and out. I'll tell you why I actually started it. But
oh my.
Okay,
days.
So I will try to lift this up without it falling.
Is that
okay? Let me. Slowly.
The whole office is going to be watching now, being like, this is the one I want.
Everyone's calling dibs already.
Okay, looks unbelievable. Talk us through your favorite one.
Okay, so my favorite changes every now and then. At the moment, there are two that are my favorite. There is my unexpected, which is basically a double chocolate chip cookie. Now, I say it's unexpected because I don't want to tell you what's in it. You need to try it, and then you're going to say, okay, what is that texture? It's good, but you'll be surprised as to what it is.
Okay.
So that's why it's called unexpected. The other one that is an all-time favorite of mine is my cookie that has a brownie inside. Because if you think about it, you want a cookie, you want a brownie, so you might as well just have it all in one.
Now, I feel like for reporting duties, I should have the unexpected.
I think you should.
I think I should.
Are you a dark chocolate lover?
I'm an everything sweet treat lover.
Then
to be honest.
you will have to have that then. And so then you can do the honor. Yes.
Thank you. Yes. These are amazing. So are they all raw because you're a plant-based nutritionist?
So no, they're not raw. Basically, they are all free from gluten, dairy, eggs, and refined sugars.
Okay.
And yes, so I do have a background in plant-based nutrition, and I'm currently studying to be a holistic nutritionist as well because I really want to ensure that I can continue to educate my followers. We're not all about just selling treats. We want to create a community. I call them my treat tribe. Cute. So treat tribe, hello, if you're listening. And yeah, so the whole idea is I want people to crave a healthy mind. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Has anyone ever heard of that?
A healthy mind? As in...
Yeah, so exactly. So everyone always thinks that if you're craving something, it has to be something bad, right? But why not crave a healthy mind? And a healthy mind is basically a sustainable lifestyle that allows you to live your best life. Why do I say that? It's because if you think about it, we're constantly told that we need to be restricted in order to be healthy, right? We can't have X, Y, Z. That's how we're going to be healthy. And so I really want to break that mindset. And I want people to know that if you have an intolerance, I have an intolerance, everyone has somewhat of an intolerance, that you don't need to feel restricted. You could always enjoy what you're eating. And that's basically the whole concept here.
This is amazing. Where does all of this passion come from? Like, you're clearly super, this is your brand and it's everything, but also you can see that there's a real passion there to get people eating healthy and yum treats. Where does that come from?
So it's a bit of a combination. I struggled with an eating disorder for over, I would say, about a decade. And, when you're growing up, it's very difficult to understand what healthy actually means, because each person might think like healthy means you can't eat everything. As I was mentioning, you can only have fruits and vegetables and so on. And so I struggled a lot, and I wanted to make sure that when I do create something, because I've always loved being healthy, even though I didn't understand what healthy meant, I thought I had to be restrictive, that I really want to change that. When you're in this type of industry, it's so easy to tell everyone, only have something if it's guilt-free, only have something of X, Y, Z. And I don't want people to think that, and I don't want them to be in a vicious cycle of dieting all the time. So I do censor those kind of words. I don't want to use the word, even though we love to use the word guilty pleasure and things, but like guilt-free and so on, because why do we have to feel guilty?
Sure.
Why can't we just eat what we enjoy? Now, so not to say go crazy and gobble everything, but that's really where the passion comes, and I really want to have that responsibility to talk about that.
Well, what's interesting is you shared something obviously deeply personal there, and you have a platform where you're educating people. So I think it's amazing that you have a platform where you're sharing the fact that you had an eating disorder, and you're showing people that you can kind of be healthy and be strong. So is that kind of the message that you're sharing through your platform?
Basically. So back then, I think I started baking maybe when I was the age of 12. I mean, I wasn't like a professional baker, but every now and then I do some baking, and then I would look into all the ingredients that I would have in there, a lot of butter, a lot of sugar, and it did cause a lot of anxiety back then, and I wouldn't eat anything. And so, now it's like I bake and eat them too. But the messaging of it all is just basically, you just have to, it's important to be vulnerable, to show others that you are also a human. Within like a month or so, I actually opened up, and I never really opened up to many people, and I just decided I felt so comfortable to talk to my followers back then after 1 month, just saying, by the way, this is what happened to me. And a lot of people reached out to me and said they also are struggling, they also have this issue. And then from there I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I have that responsibility, and that also it's that it can still be fun, it could still be something you enjoy. You don't need to have this anxiety when it comes to food.
That's amazing that as well as growing a business, you're kind of creating that personal connection with your treat tribe. What type of conversations do you have unfold there?
So there are so many different types. It really depends. A lot of people want to understand more about, what does plant-based mean, for example. There are a lot of words coming out. There's vegan, there's plant-based, there's vegetarian. So I try to break down what the definitions are. How is it that you can include more plants in your life? And people think, oh, a plant is a vegetable. No, it's a seed, it's a grain. There's so much that people just think it's not, it's either a fruit or a vegetable. So we talk about different things when it comes to even like having a healthy mind. I've mentioned a few times about my mental health struggles in the past. So that was something that was relatable to a lot of my followers. And I try to share simple recipes when it comes to food. I show, that I've ate this pasta and the base of it was a beetroot, but it tasted really good.
Yeah, this is what's really interesting. I love seeing that. And then it actually, because back when we were growing up, butter was such a key ingredient. And actually there was anxiety attached to food because there weren't the options of healthy choices. But having platforms that share better healthy choices, it makes food much more interesting for us.
Yes, exactly. So it's just really important that I just... I want to spread wellness in every bite. I know it sounds like something, but I generally do. I just want to always have that open conversation. I mean, I called it Maitha and Treats because I really am part of the brand, and I want to continue to do that because it's so important. I mean, how many of us, when we know the person behind the brand, we're more relatable to? We're more like, I actually really do enjoy this. You get a bit more satisfaction, and so I want that. I want to be that person for them.
You mentioned a second ago bite, and I have actually this unexpected, and I can actually smell it from here.
Okay.
That really good, it's like a really good like cookie chocolate smell.
Right.
It's coming already, and I'm like,
okay,
I can't just have it sitting here and not eating it, so I need to do
it. So you can do the honors to go ahead.
Will you join me? Or will you just
Sure. I'm thinking now, but I don't want to take it away from everyone else, though.
It's so Moorish. It's like a brownie. It's super chocolatey.
I wonder if you've gotten the texture yet.
It's super chocolatey, but that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did you feel any texture in there that was a bit like... Okay, can you...
I don't know what you're saying. So at the beginning, if you're just joining the show, Maitha is explaining one of her treats. What is the basis of all these treats again?
So it is basically gluten-free oat flour and almond flour.
Okay, and this is the unexpected. It's unexpected. So it's super chocolatey, by the way.
Yes.
And I've just had one bite, and I feel like it's satisfying.
Yes.
It's definitely satisfying, but what's in it? I'm so bad at these games. I've done like a MasterChef thing before, and I was like the worst person for it. But I know what you're saying. It's like a sticky togetherness.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Are we gonna
do you want me to help
here?
you? Should I just help you with
please.
that? Yeah. So basically, that has dried apricots in it.
Oh, I wasn't gonna get that.
And don't worry, guys, it's not raisins because a lot of people apparently don't like raisins. But I mean, this one does have that. The rest don't have like a lot of like hidden fruits in it. But that one, that's actually the one I started with in the confidence.
This is delicious. I'm gonna enjoy this when I have my coffee after the show. That is really, really amazing. I'm gonna take all of these. That staff can go. Really, really good. What is one of the biggest food myths that you deal with when you're talking to your followers?
They basically think that a calorie is everything. And that, if they have something that is, like I have some people who are very fearful, and I don't blame them because that's something that we've been, brought up with. We've been surrounded that if you want to be healthy, then you should stick to 1,000 calories. I mean, these things are pretty crazy. I'm not sure where they're learning all of this from. So for example, I purposely don't put the calories straight away because I'm aware that I'm not the only person who's been affected by looking at numbers. When I look at numbers, I start to get a bit anxious, even though if I know something has something good in it. So I really try to, when they say, hey, can you please show me everything, the breakdown and so on, I'm very happy to share, but I say that I have it on my website rather than just next to the treat because I want them to enjoy something, and if they know that it's from natural ingredients, then why are they always fearing it? I'm not saying to eat 10 at one go, but that's for everything in general. So that was, I think, one of them. It's just the fear of I think it's like the weight. They're very.
Very conscious of these things. In future for Maitha and treats, so for example, this is just, we're talking healthy and yum and getting goodness in a bite, so it doesn't necessarily need to be, you know, a fatty treat. When we're looking into the future, what about kind of other meals? Like, do you see Maitha and treats growing?
So I do want to stick to my desserts. I want to stick to my little dessert bites. I call them dessert bites because you can see they're like in small piece forms. In the future, I'd like to take Maitha and treats global. I'm definitely going to work as much as I need to just take it to this, because at the end of the day, we are always so impressed when something comes from New York, something comes from London to Paris. Why can't we bring something from Dubai to somewhere else?
100%.
So why do we not have those homegrown businesses? So that's really going to be my mission, to do that.
I love that, because it's so true. We always talk about, and we actually promote. It's like a New York restaurant has opened, and it's so rare that we have homegrown brands who go big globally. So we wish you all of the success.
Thank you.
For people who want to eat this right now, how can they get in touch with you?
So basically, you can just go on my Instagram, Maitha and Treats, and there's a code. So everyone can get 30% off for everyone's watching right now. It's going to be Lovin30, Lovin 30.
We also need to put this on Instagram stories to make sure people see it.
Yes.
Lovin30 to get your discount?
Yes. So upon their checkout, they can get 30% off.
Sweet. Oh, sweet. I didn't mean that. Thank you so much, Maitha. That is amazing. A homegrown brand who's going to go big. Thank you so much, guys. That is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning. Bye from us.
Bye-bye.